Once you can win an argument in English, you can do anything. I was an ultimate good student in Shanghai. I didn't go to international school, but I got the scores, the accent. I even passed jury in the second year of my college with a score high enough to get into any Ivy League with my eyes half closed. I thought I had conquered English until I took TOEFL, and I failed miserably with almost perfect reading and writing scores and a horrible listening and speaking score. That's the moment I realized I know how to pass exam, but I do not know how to live in the language. So today, I'm sharing the 3 pillars that help me to transition from exam robot to someone who is living, loving, and even arguing in English. So why did I fail? It wasn't because I didn't study hard enough, because I did. It was because I was building a library of words that I would never actually use. I realized if I want to transition from a student to a native, I'll have to completely change my relationship with the language. When learning any language, we've been all told to expand our vocabulary. So we memorize 10,000 words from a GRE book. But here's the truth. My exam vocab was at Ivy League level, but my life vocab was elementary level. I could discuss complex economic theory, but I couldn't describe a specific feeling or vibe at a dinner party, or follow the fast-paced logic in a political debate. Here's the trap. We've been learning English horizontally, meaning accumulating words, but you need to learn it vertically. You need a language to support your daily existence, whether it's a water cooler talk at work, the slang of your industry, or a mastery of expressing ideas in a society that you want to be part of. Here is my rule. Stop looking for the English version of your native language thoughts. If you haven't heard a native speaker use that word in a real heated conversation, most likely the word is dead. You don't need a dictionary. You need to observe how ideas are structured from the scratch. But here's the problem. You won't find this living vocabulary from any textbook. To get those real-world concepts into your head, you'll have to change what you're feeding into your brain. You have to stop watch those educational content and start to look for those modern, unscripted input. And though I love Friends is too outdated and scripted. Here is a reality TV secret. I've been telling people to watch Love is Blind because these shows are 100% people expressing their internal logic to strangers. You hear the social script of a modern heart. I feel like you're not hearing me. That's a red flag for me. This is English in its purest and most emotional form. On the other side, listen to unscripted, long-form interviews from industry leaders like Mark Zuckerberg. While you're listening to it, don't listen to the answers. Listen to the glitches. Pay attention to how they pivot when they're caught off guard. Take notes of the filler words they use to buy time, and how they structure a complex thought while they're still processing it. Because that's the logic you need to survive a high-pressure meeting, whether it's at work or in life. Watching and listening is a great start. But let's be honest, you can watch 100 seasons of reality TV shows, but you can still freeze up when a native speaker looks at you in the eye. To truly own the language, you have to stop being a spectator. You need high-stake output. Your brain will never truly adopt this language until you use it at your own defense. And you need to get rid of the safety nets. I had a friend at Columbia who would call AT&T or Verizon just to talk to them, because they have to stay on call. In real life, if you're in an English-speaking country, talk to a hairdresser or a waiter at a local restaurant. Use that 15 to 30 minutes to strike a real conversation. They're paid to be there. And let's get out of the language island. One big mistake is only hanging out with the people who can understand your native language. Because if I can switch back to Chinese, I would. You need friends who only understand English. That actually forced the Chinese part of my brain to go to sleep and bring the real English identity out. Practicing with strangers is just the warm-up. But if you want to know the absolute final boss of English thinking, the moment when I truly lost my mental accent, it wasn't in a classroom or a call center. It was in my own marriage. That's the most painful and effective way I mastered English. My husband is American-born Korean. English is his first language. In our first few arguments, I felt like a child. In Chinese, I was sharp and quick, but in English, I was frustrated. But that desperation to be understood is where magic happens. When things get heated, you don't have time to translate. You have to freeze your emotion, find the logic, and get your points across to the other side. Fighting in English taught me more than any classroom because it wasn't about speaking, it was about surviving. Once you can win an argument in English, you can do anything. Learning English isn't just about moving to a new country or getting a better job. It's about doubling the size of your world. It's about the ability to have a logical collision with someone from a totally different background and come out understood. If you're watching this part of the video, you have the motivation and great intent. Now it's time to cross the bridge. Like and subscribe for more content like this. I'm Rita. Let's talk about data science and English at work.